Moving on to the seventh question, to find average velocity and instantaneous velocity at given point. This is again very easy since it comes under the MCQ questions. You'll be given four options. You can directly use the calculator. For this first part, they are just asking you to find velocity at these two intervals. So take your calculators, just use direct derivative formula. Now you have been given the position function, that is s of t, or displacement. If you derive it, you will get the velocity. Now all you need to do is derive this position. Shift and dy by dx will give you you should type the function as it is, negative 4.9. No t over here, it's only x. The variable is always x squared plus 5. Now first find at this interval at 1, the answer is negative 9.8. You can see the answer is negative 9.8. Second interval would be at 2, and the answer is 19.6. That's it. You do not need to use this entire formula to solve. You can just use the calculator method and get the answers. Same thing over here. You can try it. Now I'm just gonna change it over here directly. I'll go with the interval 1. And now all you need to do is change this up. It is negative 4.9 t squared. Over here I'll just add 4t. So this is it. Press equal to. You can see the answer is negative 5.8. And what about the first interval at 0? A is 0. It'll be 4. That's it. So you can easily solve these problems. Doesn't matter square root, doesn't matter trigonometry, just directly in calculator. You can see this is the answer, and over here this is the answer. Okay, now I'll just do this quickly because you won't be getting the exact answer in your options, in the sense the form will be differed. Now it's square root x plus 16. At 0 you are going to get 0.125. This is simple to understand. 0.125 is 1 by 8, so you can easily understand this. But what about the second one? If I change this interval to 2, I am going to get answer 0.117, like this, right? So write this answer down in a rough page and then check all the four options. You will have four options. Start solving them like this. First of all, I'll just go with that option, 1 by 8, and compare. Ours was 117. No, this is wrong. So change 1 divided by 2 root 18. And I'll just remove this. Okay. Is it correct? Yes, this was 11785. So write about 4 to 5 decimal digits somewhere and then compare. So this is your answer. Similarly, you can do this one. It's very simple, just in the calculator by using shift and dy by dx, and then you will get the answer, and you can check it out over here. Now again, over here the answer will be, in terms of decimal, negative 0.25. That is 1/4. That's quarter. The second part now is a little bit different, because they're not asking you just the instantaneous velocity. They have asked you instantaneous velocity, but they have asked you other things as well. Say, for example, they have told this function which is given to you is position. That's fine, which was the same thing. Now find the average velocity between 0 and 2. 1 and 2, 1.9 and 2, 1.99 and 2, and then estimate the instantaneous velocity at 2. Basically, when you what is derivative? Derivative is basically finding the tangent line, right? Tangent line of function. So what is tangent? Sorry, not tangent line. Slope of tangent line. So basically, derivative is using this formula: y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Now here they are telling to find the average velocity. That means from here, find the positions at time 0, at time 2, and then this is the x value. Find the y value by substituting over here, and then substitute over here the required ones and find the velocity. I will do it in a while, but I just want to make one thing clear. Using this formula, you get the velocity because this is the slope formula. Derivative is basically finding the slope of tangent line. So that means this is also equal to derivation, okay? But when you use the formula over here, derivative formula, it gives you more accurate answer. That's the only thing. Now I'll tell you how to do this. First one, let's do for A. So what is the given value of x? That is t. So I will take the first value is 0. What is the y value? This is x, this is y, right? Given function. How do you find the y value? Just substitute this 0 instead of t and solve it. You can use your calculator, but I can, for this one, don't go to use 0. It's very simple. It'll be 0 square is 0, 0 times 16 is 0, only 10 remains, so the answer will be 10. And then, what about the next point? 2, comma, now here, substitute this in this, substitute 2 over here instead of 16. I'll just use the calculator here. So all you need to do is 16 into 2 square plus 10. What's the answer? It's 74. So when x is 2, the y is 74. Now take this as x1, y1, x2, y2. Even if you interchange this has x1, y1, x2, y2, it won't differ. The answer will be the same. Put them in the formula. The slope m equals y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. If you substitute that, that is 74 minus 10 divided by 2 minus 0. You're going to get the answer 64 by 2, that is 32. That's the answer. You can do it in the calculator. That's the first part. How much we got? 32. Okay, all the answers available. Now the same thing is repeated over here, but what's the difference? In the second case, this is 1. Then substitute 1 over here, solve, and you will get the answer. You will get 2 answers. Then put 2. 2 will not change. Okay, I'll just do the second one also. I'll do the third one, C. Okay. Over here, instead of 0, they have given us as 1.9. So all you need to do is change this one. X1 only. I'll change the color as well of the pen. It is 1.9. And now substitute over here 1.9 instead of 2 in the calculator. Say this one, right? It'll be 1.9 squared. Now this is 67 instead of 10. I have to substitute 67.76. Okay, 67.76. Now just substitute over here. What changes is only x1, y1 changes. These two values changes. Okay, so x1, y1. So x2 is 74 minus, because 2 is same, right? It's gonna be same. 67.76 divided by over here 1.9. Put this in calculator. This is the previous one. So all you need to do is put in the calculator and you will get the answer. So we will substitute the values here. 74 minus 67.76 divided by 0.1. I'm getting very sloppy. 0.1. It's 2 minus 1.9 is 0.1. The answer is 62.4. So you can see here the C answer is 62.4. So what you can see is, if you see carefully, the average velocity we need for the time interval 2. But you can't find at one specific point. What is, the slope requires 2 points. Okay, so you got 2 intervals, but as you're coming closer and closer, here you can see it's 1 to 2, 1.9 to 2, 1.99. Can you see over here 1.99? You're closing in on a certain value. See, 32 became 48, 62.4, 63.84. This instantaneous velocity is very important. That is the value you get from derivative. So now, how to find the instantaneous velocity is just like the previous problem what we did. All you need to do is put this equation in this dy dx, 16 alpha x square plus 10. Okay, and what is the interval? It's at 2. So the answer is 64. That's it. This is the average and this is the direct one. For the average, you need to do the slope formula. There's no other option. You need to plug in this value over here, write it out, plug in this value over here, write it out, the values xy coordinates, and then use the formula. The formula used, I'll just write it over here, the slope formula. It is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. This is the formula. So that's how we solve over here. Same thing goes over here, but I'll just do the instantaneous part. All you need to do is shift and dy by dx. When you press the symbol, you get a d by dx. Now type it in, that is alpha x cube plus x. Then you will have to put the interval 2 here, and the answer is 37. You can see the answer would be 37. Whatever the answer is, even if it's a decimal, let me just do this one quickly. Shift dy, only the instantaneous part. It's square root alpha x squared plus 8 alpha x, and the interval is again at 2. So you can see it is 1.31. It's accurate enough. So this is how you easily do it. Whereas if you're doing the slope, you close in on that value as well. So that's how we can easily solve. Okay, what about trigonometry? Don't worry, it's the same thing. Let me do one, say I'll do the D, okay, for this trigonometry, because we are using radians. If you already know it, just do it by yourself. You can stop watching the video, pause the video, continue by yourself, and then check the answers. Now, here, first thing, you need to consider the given value as x 1.99. Okay, this is x1. What is y1? We need to solve. And what about x2? Is over here, and 2 comma, we need to find this. How do we find that? Is basically here. Now it's already in radian mode. That's great. So here you just substitute 3 sine. What is x? This value 1.99 minus 2. Minus 2. Close the bracket. What's the answer? It's negative 0. I'll just round it off to negative 0.03. Same thing, now do it for the second interval. It's 2, it's going to be 0 over here. Why? Because 2 minus 2 is 0, sine 0 is 0. So this would be 0. Now use the formula. Slope formula is given by y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. This is y1, y2. All you do is substitute 0 minus of minus 0.03 divided by 2 minus 1.99. Plug these values in the calculator directly. You're going to get negative 0.0. Sorry, it will be positive. That's 0 minus bracket. I'll type it as it is. 0, 3. Oh, what am I writing? Yeah, it's 2 minus 1.99. The answer is 3. Say the D value, yes, we got 3 itself. And now what about the instantaneous? Really, we rounded off to 3 over here. It would have been not exactly 3. It'll be 2.9999, because if we had taken 0.02999, but we rounded off, that's the reason we're getting the accurate answer. Now checking the instantaneous velocity, it's very simple. Shift dy by dx, type this in, 3 sine over here alpha x minus 2. Close the bracket because there's already one bracket open, the sine 1, so 2 must be closed. And now at the interval 2 directly gives you the answer 3. So this is the instantaneous velocity. This is how easily you can solve this topic. It's a very straightforward one. Use your calculator and solve it easily. If you have any doubts, please do post them in the comments. I will see you all in the next video.